How's going on, everybody? It's me, the one that loves cartoons, and in today's video, well, I'm gonna be talking about a cartoon. So, is Ninjago getting a new series? Because really, Ninjago is not new for giving us new series. And it really feels like next year, Ninjago is gonna have a brand new show. Well, maybe you're saying, what do you mean by a new show, a new series? Like, fans consider Ninjago to be this big show, okay? Well, if you guys don't know, the show has two series. You have the Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu TV series, which have Pilot, Rise of the Snakes, Rise of the Spinjitzu Master, Rebooted, Tournament of Elements, Possession, Skybound, Day of the Departed, Hands of Time, Sons of Garmadon, Haunted, and March of the Oni. Okay, those seasons are for the original show, which is Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu. The series finale of Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu is Endings. That episode is not just the final episode of March of the Oni, but it's also the final episode of the original TV show. After season 10, we got a brand new TV show for Ninjago, which it really doesn't have a name, but a lot of us call it Wildbrain Ninjago or New Ninjago. It removed the Masters of Spinjitzu subtitle, and even though you have people calling Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu Season 11, it's very much Season 1 of this new Ninjago series. It started with Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, then we had Prime Empire, Master of the Mountain, The Island, and Seabound. Those are the seasons for the new show for Ninjago. It is basically a new show since it's different from the original Masters of Spinjitzu show, because here you have the 11-minute format, you have the intro style being different, you have new animation studio, the animation is very different from Masters of Spinjitzu. It's animated by wildbrain, and if you guys didn't notice, every season of wildbrain Ninjago focuses on an elemental power. Like you have Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu being divided into two chapters, Fire Chapter and Ice Chapter. Prime Empire is considered to be the Lightning Chapter. Master of the Mountain is the Earth Chapter. The Island is the Green Chapter, it's like Lloyd's Chapter. And you have Seabound, which is the Water Chapter. So yeah, that's what makes Wildbrain Ninjago different from the original Masters of Spinjitzu show, is that each season focuses on an elemental power and the owner of that power. So yeah, and now I'm wondering, is Ninjago getting a new series after Seabound? Well, you're gonna tell me Masters of Spinjitzu had 10 seasons and 2 TV specials. Wildbrain Ninjago only has 4 seasons and 1 TV special, so it needs to have at least more seasons. But really, I don't feel like it needs to be longer like the Masters of Spinjitzu show. I feel like they could end this Wildbrain Ninjago show and give us a new show, and here's why. What Wildbrain did with Ninjago is that each season is about an elemental power. They basically did all of the powers for the main 6 ninjas. Fire Chapter is for Kai, Ice Chapter is for Zane, Lightning Chapter is for Jay, Earth Chapter is for Cole, you have the Green Chapter, which is for Lloyd, and the Island, and you have the Water Chapter for Nia. So yeah, they did all of the chapters, they did all of the elemental powers for the main 6 ninjas. So where are they gonna go after that? I feel like it's time for Ninjago to give us a new series, since Wildbrain's job was to do these elemental chapter seasons. Since every ninja had his elemental chapter season, it feels like we need a new show, because again, the elemental chapter seasons are like over. We got all of the chapters for every single ninja. Well, I know some of you will say that the island isn't really an energy chapter. It's not like for Lloyd. I mean, yeah, the island is not about like Lloyd's powers and all. It's but I feel like Lego considered the island to be a Lloyd thing, okay? Because Lloyd's powers are very confusing, so I feel like they didn't find a right story for his elemental power, so they just went with the island, and they considered it Lloyd's chapter. When you think about it, there are stuff where like it makes sense, because Lloyd's color is green, the season takes place in an island, jungle and all, so yeah, you have that green color. Like, I don't call the island the energy chapter, I call it the green chapter, as like its second name. So yeah. So since they did all of the 6 elemental chapters for the main 6 ninjas, I'm just wondering what's next, okay? Like, how is the next season gonna look like? Is it gonna focus on another elemental power? Because really, it doesn't feel like that's what they're gonna do. Nia left the team. I feel like they're gonna focus more on the characters instead of focusing on the characters and their elemental powers. So the next season could either be a new Ninjago series, like the wildbrain Ninjago series, or it could be the final season of the Ninjago Elemental Chapter era, aka the wildbrain era. In the book of the elemental powers, they said that they will introduce the last elemental power in a future Ninjago installment. So when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense to conclude the elemental chapter era of Ninjago with the last elemental power. Like you have fire chapter, ice chapter, lightning chapter, earth chapter, green chapter, and water chapter, and then you conclude all of that era with the last elemental power. It's a mysterious power, like we don't know the abilities of this power, we don't know what the power looks like. So yeah, we have no idea. We just know that it is the last elemental power. So it definitely makes a lot of sense to conclude Ninjago, to conclude the wildbrain era of Ninjago with the season focusing on the last elemental power. And also, Tommy Andresen said that the next installment is going to be conclusion. What does that mean? I feel like it means that the next season will be the final season of the wildbrain Ninjago era, the final season of the new Ninjago series. Also, you have Skylar, and she's gonna return in the next Ninjago installment, and they said that they're gonna explore her powers. So, maybe the final Ninjago season of the wildbrain series will be about Skylar's powers, the Ember chapter. I think that's what they're gonna do. So yeah, it's either about the Ember chapter or the last elemental power chapter. Or the elemental chapter era is already over with Seabound. They just wanted to explore the powers of the main 6 ninjas and then just move on. So if I would have to guess, I would say the next season could be the very first season of Ninjago's new series, and that would mean that wildbrain Ninjago is over, and the next season after Seabound is gonna be a new series, since again, they did all of the elemental powers for the main 6 ninjas, or the next season could be the final season of the wildbrain Ninjago era or series. So yeah, I think it's gonna be one of these two. I think the most likely is that the next season is gonna be the end, because Tommy said that the next season will be conclusion. It would feel weird to start a new Ninjago series and be described as conclusion. So yeah, I would say that the next season will be the final season of the wildbrain Ninjago series, since they did all of the powers for the main 6 ninjas, and they were concluded with either the Ember chapter or the last elemental power chapter. So yeah, it could be one of them, it could be something else, I really don't know. But yeah, all I can say is that the wildbrain Ninjago era is almost ending, and then they're gonna do a new show. I feel like it's really gonna end, and then give the show a new series, a new beginning. So the wildbrain Ninjago show started in 2019, summer of 2019, and I think it's gonna end in 2022, at least in the first installment of 2022, because I feel like we're gonna get 2 seasons next year. So the first season could be the end, and then the next season could be the new beginning. So yeah, all I can say is that wildbrain Ninjago is gonna end. Next year could be the final season of the post Masters of Spinjitzu TV show. We have 4 seasons and a TV special, so I feel like we only have 1 season to go, and then they will conclude that era of the show. So yeah, the elemental chapter era will be concluded. So that's all I have to say. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. So if you guys like this video, then give it a like, and if you're not subscribed, then subscribe. It means a lot to me, and turn on the notifications so you'll be the first one to know when I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the one that loved this cartoon, and you're the one that love it too.